What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is Monday, March the 25th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, Fear and Greed Index is at 72. So people's appetite for risk today is still very much there on the table. Today, there isn't any data points coming out that's going to disrupt the broader market. You do see the futures slightly red. That's piggybacking from Fridays. And plus, out of China as well, their markets aren't necessarily doing the best. So all in all, it's going to be a very technical driven day. And so in some cases, it's going to help. In some others, not so much. Starting off with SOFI, that's one of those technical lacking stocks, if that makes sense. So it is down 0.82%. No SEC filings, no press releases, nothing like that this morning. Shorts haven't really woken up, but over the last week and a half, they have really doubled down on SOFI, so I anticipate them to do the exact same today. And as far as right now with it at $7.25, it is bouncing off of this pivot point of $7.29. So that'll be a very key kind of point to watch for today, because if it does fail to get that, then it is going to retrace into possibly the high sixes. So $6.90 would be essentially the next stop for SOFI. Moving on though, looking at Lucid. So I do cover Lucid under my other channel, and it is up quite a lot this morning, and that's because of this. So it looks like they did get a $1 billion private placement, and I have been saying time and again on my other channel, of course, that they need money. And so this is a convertible preferred stock. It looks like the initial conversion price is $3.59. This is why you are seeing it kind of gravitate to that price point this morning. I feel like a lot of people, once the market does open, are going to be very shocked, because it probably will pull back quite significantly once people realize that this is a considerable amount of dilution. But at least in the short term, this should really help Lucid nonetheless. And plus, the fact that it is an affiliate of the PIF, I think that's also one factor that's causing it some good momentum today. So right now, shorts aren't really doing all that much, increasing about 78,000 shares. And right now it is, like I said, pulling back. So it did have a high of $3.48, which in my opinion was kind of unjustified. So it is pulling down slightly. Still, regardless though, up 16.25 cents. And right now, just looking on some of the technicals and just support and resistance points for you to kind of take note of. So with it at $3.24, it is between this S1 and the pivot. So 337 will be a very strong resistance point, and then 297 you'll want to watch for that to hold. If not, then it's going to go back into this S2 to this S1 where it was. At least today though, it will probably help Lucid's technicals, because it was very negative going into today. So I think that's a good thing nonetheless. But moving on to stock number 3, Micro Algo. So this one is 66% up today based off of this news. So announces a deep clustering algorithm based on multi-level feature fusion. And so I think anything AI obviously is going up, and more specifically, if it does have a low float and is based out of China, kind of hits all of those check marks for a good run up. When it comes to this company, it doesn't actually show any short interest or anything like that. So that's kind of odd in my opinion. I've never really seen Ortex show nothing for that. But right now with it at $6.65, it is between this S1 and the pivot. So this company, as you can kind of tell up here, has done a lot, or not a lot, but has done a recent reverse stock split on March the 22nd, a 1-for-10. So this is why you do get the kind of extreme component. So it has 156, the high, 52-week high. But nonetheless, with it at $6.62, it is just trading between this S1 and the pivot. So I don't anticipate the S1 being touched. Potentially, if there is some good positive momentum with this stock, just watch $8.76. Aside from that, Tillay. So Tillay was up about 5.5%, almost 6%, and now it was down 2%. This is one crazy roller coaster, and this is why you always have to take with a grain of salt pre-market and after hours, because it is just the wild west. No actual news today regarding Tillay, just of course cannabis has been getting a lot of good momentum and attention to it. Sometimes that draws unnecessary negative attention, so just take that with a grain of salt, of course. But like I mentioned, no SEC filings associated to Tillay. Shorts are increasing a small amount this morning, but 16.32% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 120.63 million shares overall are being shorted. If you are looking at trading this, so it is now flat, so it went from like +6 to -2.5 to flat now. This is one crazy stock. But again, if you are looking at trading this, just watch $2.46. So that will be that next strong resistance point. And then aside from that, $1.66. So I don't anticipate the S1 being touched. So just watch for this pivot point. And finally, last stock I want to talk on is Spion Therapeutics, if I'm saying that right, up 20.96% based off of this news right here. Came out late Friday. And so I think just more of a rollover from that. But aside from that though, this is what they do. So based out of the States, pharmaceutical company, and seasonality, it usually looks like March is a red month, but transitioning into April, historically over the last 10 years, it is up 2.3%. And shorts, not really that heavily shorted of a company. So 8.75% of the free flow is being shorted, and that works out to be 16.07 million shares overall are being shorted. And if you are looking at trading this company, so with it at $2.80, it is between this pivot and this R1. So in comparison to a lot of other stocks, it is doing relatively good. So $2.91 will be that next strong resistance, and then $2.51 will be that next strong support. So all in all, let me know your thoughts on these companies. What other stocks are you watching this morning? And one final thing, make sure you guys take advantage of this promo. As I've shared with you, just simply sign up for an account with MoonWith, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.